Hello everyone. We have to try it again. Hello everyone. That's great. I would like to say to all of you, welcome to Make IT in Oradea Bright Labs Incubator Demo Day event. My name is Bogdan Băbălău Maghiar and I will be your host for today. I feel today will be a great day because we have a lot of great things prepared for the event. The agenda looks like this. After the intro, I will invite David Akim, Executive Director Make IT in Oradea, to share with us some words. After that, we have with us some distinguished guests and they will address us some words too. We have a panel with great speakers that will discuss about building a global tech startup from Romania. Can't wait to hear that discussion, moderated also by David. We are glad that we will have with us online Mr. Sebastian Burduja, Minister of Research, Innovation and Digitalization in the government of Romania. And he will have a short intervention about the latest initiatives the Romanian government leads in order to stimulate the development of new global tech startups in Romania. We will move forward at the presentation of 4 community startup showcases. We will take, of course, a short break after that. And the moment of the evening will be the Bright Labs Incubator Startup Speech Session. There will be 7 startups with 7 pitches. And we will find also who will get the Best Startup Award. After the event, we will have the opportunity to make some networking at the after party. Before passing the mic to David, I would like to address many thanks to Make IT in Oradea partners, Paymo, Smartware, Helion, Mobiversal, Roetco, Orange Romania, and special thanks to Oradea City Hall for all the support. David, please come join us here and share us some thoughts regarding Make IT in Oradea.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bogdan. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad that we can have this event in this setup this afternoon. The last demo day we had was a bit different. We still had the pandemic pretty hard hitting us. But today we have this event fully open. We can see our faces, and we can enjoy the networking and the event this afternoon. I want to thank all the partners, all the mentors, all the people that put in a lot of effort in this last 6-9 months in order to make this event possible. But I would like to especially congratulate the amazing teams that will pitch this afternoon. They did the hardest work, in my opinion. Being here, it was not easy, sometimes stressful. Sometimes the schedule looked pretty crazy for them. But they are here this afternoon, and let's give them a big round of applause, please. It was a pleasure for me and for the team to work with each one of them. It was a pleasure to experience together this incubator, and hopefully they will all succeed. I really hope that, and we have, as you can see, some very promising products and very promising teams this afternoon with us. Make IT in Oradea's mission is to accelerate the development of the local startup ecosystem. We began this journey 2 years ago, and now we are at the end of the 2nd cohort with our Bright Labs Incubator. Last year we had another 8 teams. Some of them are here with us tonight. We also made and helped 3 startups with investments up to 115k euros. And we also do other initiatives with high schoolers, with students, and so on, in order to accelerate our startup development. We believe that the founders are the ones that create sustainable and breakthrough economic growth, social development, and flourish. We prepared a short video to show you how we are helping them, how we are supporting them during a long, hard, and sometimes lonely road. Andrei?
Founders are at the core of a startup community. They are the makers, the innovators, the crazy ones, the naive ones, the explorers, the bold ones. But behind the curtains, building a startup is extremely difficult, overwhelming, and stressful. It can break relationships, it pushes you to the edge, and often gets you to the brink of burnout. We believe it's our duty to support them, encourage them, nourish them, and ultimately empower them. This is what Bright Labs Incubator is all about. Experienced mentors, top quality workshops, leading events and conferences, world-class validated frameworks, deep conversations, a dynamic community, an inspiring experience. All these designed to empower ambitious founders to take their bright, life-changing ideas to success.
Thank you, David, for your presentation, inspiring video. Am I right? Now, I would like to invite on stage our first distinguished guest, Alex Chira, Executive Director, Visit Oradea.
Good afternoon. My name is Alexandru Chira. Everyone calls me Alex. I see a lot of new faces and a lot of familiar faces in the meeting hall. I'm here as a host because we are having our offices and we work really closely with IT Tech Hub, but also as a part of the City Hall, just to address a few welcome words for everyone. Everyone is talking about smart cities, smart strategies, and things like this, but this is almost impossible to succeed with if we don't have smart new minds and new approaches and the new generation. For Oradea, this is an extremely important segment, and I'm happy that we have IT, Make IT in Oradea and IT Tech Hub. The fact that we have it here in the fortress and the fact that we sustained from the beginning such a project is really important and close to our hearts. I hope you will have a good pitching session this afternoon. I know you all are very stressed, but I see in the audience a lot of local businesses that work in IT and technology, and I'm sure that you will have all their support and knowledge. So happy pitching. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Alex. Now I would like to invite Mirela Pater, who is Head of Computers and Information Technology Department at Oradea University.
Hello everyone. Bună ziua tuturor. Prefer să o iau pe calea cea mai ușoară în limba română, mai ales că e un discurs neprevăzut. În primul rând, mulțumim pentru invitație. Asta vă spun atât în numele Universității din Oradea, cât mai ales în numele Departamentului de Calculatoare și Tehnologia Informației, care în ultima perioadă are o colaborare foarte bună cu Make IT în Oradea. Am avut foarte multe consultări și colaborări cu multe dintre firmele care fac parte din asociație, inclusiv ajutor pe partea didactică la mulți reprezentanți din firmele din Oradea. Așa că suntem încântați de această colaborare, mulțumim pentru invitație și succes tuturor competitorilor, să le zicem, de azi. Mulțumim! Thank you!
Mulțumim frumos! Our next distinguished guest is Sebastian Văduva, professor at Emmanuel University.
Thank you. I want to say congratulations to everybody who's going to pitch. Whether you're going to win something or not, you are a winner. I also want to say congratulations to the organizers. Thank you so much for doing this. This was quite the investment. Everything that you see here came because some people worked very, very hard. I travel a lot throughout the world and especially throughout Romania. And one of the questions that I get asked very, very often is, hey, what's going on in Oradea? Man, over the last few years, things are really happening there. If I were to sum up what's going on in Oradea, is one word: collaboration. And I'd like to leave you with this word. Oftentimes we focus on our differences. And I'm in the private sector, I'm in the educational sector, I'm a governmental official, and it's so easy to talk about the things that separate us. What I encourage you to do, whether as starting up entrepreneurs, as investors, as seasoned executives, is remember collaboration. Collaboration is the stuff that generates economic growth. Collaboration is the stuff that in the long run makes life better for everybody. So my advice to you as a community is continue collaborating. Do it intentionally. Don't expect it to happen accidentally. Don't expect collaboration to take place serendipitous. You're going to walk around, you're going to stumble, and oops, you're going to collaborate. You have to foster it. You have to cultivate it. So this, what we're doing here today, is yet another example of collaboration. I'm really looking forward to hearing some of your pitches, especially since we're all being filmed and we're going to get to see it and re-see it again. And it doesn't really matter what you do today. What will matter is what you're going to do with these ideas in the long run. I wish you the best, and I wish for the rest of us as a community to continue collaborating. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As I said in the beginning, in this section, we will hear the presentations of some community startups showcases. Can you imagine that you are out at a restaurant with your friends, and after you finish, you have to pay the bill? How you'll do it? How you split and pay? Let's find a smart and fast way from Paul Burtic, co-founder of PlayterQ.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Paul. Have you ever wondered how much time does it take to pay in a restaurant? Well, it takes up to 15 minutes. With PlayterQ, you can pay right in the app. PlayterQ is the fastest way to pay in a restaurant. And how we came up with this solution is because we were always frustrated with the amount of time you waste for making a payment in a restaurant and with the bill splitting when eating out in groups. So we decided to build a solution, PlayterQ. Scan, pay, and go. You might wonder, why us? Or why now? The answer is simple. We've done our research and we understand that this industry needs a change. And we are here to provide it better than anyone else. With over 1 billion of QR codes scanned every single day, It's time to make paying fast and easy. With your phone, you can scan, pay, and split a bill in less than 15 seconds. That fast. We've done our research, and we understand that the most people pay in restaurants by card, and this is a strong advantage for us. This is why we'll charge the commission fee plus a fixed fee per each QR transaction. The market is huge, and this is why we focus on restaurants and cafes from big and crowded cities located in central areas and with a high number of transactions mostly paid by card. Until now, we've talked to plenty of restaurants from Romania, Austria, United Kingdom, and United States, and we are happy to see some traction here in Romania. Competition? Yes, we have it. But at PlayTerQ, we believe that lower fees is the most competitive advantage comparing to our competitors. And we also know that we need a good market strategy. This is why we focus on direct sales. We started from Oradea, and we are targeting each big city from Romania, and next year we want to expand to Europe and United States. Even if we just started last year, until now we accomplished everything we wanted to. But let me share something. This summer, we've got our first integration completed with the Brisa software. We won $20,000 in Stripe grants, and we got our first 2 clients in Oradea. For us, every little victory counts. And we believe that this product can make a huge difference in the hospitality industry, but only with your help. And this makes me take you to the funding part. Why $100,000? Is because we want to hire people to put their boots on the ground, and we want to make our product better and better every single day. This is our team, a team made of young and talented people who wants to change the world. We are not just a team, we are like a family with cool working backgrounds and different skill sets. Thank you for your attention. Now let's scan, pay, and talk.
Great presentation, Paul. Let's see, do we have some questions for Paul?
So, from what I understand, you're scanning the receipts in order to pay faster, or in which way you're going to scan what?
So basically, each table will have a unique QR code, and you can scan the QR code at the table you're sitting at, and you'll be able to see only what you've ordered. So this is how we make a difference between other tables.
Okay, so it's a complete integration with the restaurant and so on?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any integration with the existing software from the restaurants?
Yes, as I said, this summer we got our first integration completed with the Brisa software, and we are working with 2 other softwares to make it work.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I think that the largest player in this market at the moment in Romania is Yalok, and they've already introduced such a feature. How are you planning to compete with them, given that they're already in the restaurants?
Yes, as we know, they focus more on reservations. We are taking this into consideration as well, but our main focus is payment. So we really want to be the best in payments and to make it as fast as possible and as easy as possible. So yes, we are taking into consideration.
Hello.
Hi.
So it wasn't clear for me if the restaurants pay or the clients pay the fee that you ask.
The restaurants are those who pay the fee. So it's a commission fee for the restaurants.
Okay, so in your research you discovered that the restaurant, it's a really big pain point for the restaurants to have this, so that you can deliver this kind of solution.
Can you repeat once again?
in your research, you discovered that it's a real problem for the restaurants how the clients manage the billing, billing splitting.
Yes, more than that, the COVID and the pandemic affected the number of employees a restaurant has. So they fight with this problem. So we can work as a replacement for a waiter. So this is also a struggle for them, and we can come here as a help.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, can you tell us how the splitting of the bill works and how long it takes?
Sure, I can show it probably better in a short demo afterwards, but basically it's in real time, and once you tap on an item you had, you can pay only that item. You don't have to pay for the whole bill or something. We split it, you can split it per item or evenly.
Everyone at the table has to have the app installed?
The fun part is that you don't need an app. It's all web-based, so when you scan the code, a browser will show up and everything is on that page.
Thanks.
The last question.
Hello, I'm Alex from Fortec Investments. Thanks for the pitch. I was wondering if besides the lower fees, is there any other competitive advantage that you have?
Yes. For example, we are focusing on reviews. Restaurants want reviews because this will pop up on their Google search or on TripAdvisor. So we are offering an integration with TripAdvisor and Google Maps. So after you pay the bill, you can leave a quick review for the restaurant, and this can boost up their rank as well.
Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you all for the questions.
Thank you.
Blood is life, and sometimes it's crucial for people that fight for their life. Let's invite Alex Wancha from Blood Do Challenge to tell us about a friendly way we can donate blood.
Is it the next one? Yeah, no problem. Thank you, David. Okay, hello, I'm Alex, and today I'm glad to represent the team behind the Blood Do Challenge application. We identified a few years ago that less than 2% of the Romanian population is donating blood, while over like 3.5% of the population of the European Union is donating blood. This is basically a problem, simply because in Romania you kind of need around like 2.5 donating blood. Okay, we came with a solution. The solution was implemented in Romania and also in the Republic of Moldova, and we started from Oradea. What we are doing is basically we are uniting the blood donors with the blood banks, and we also bring together the community, which are the companies and the NGOs, to support the blood campaigns and also support the Blood Donation Act. Also, on top of this, we also introduced this year the module for stem cell donations, and this is because stem cell donations is really, really close to blood donation. And every stem cell donor that will get into the app would also be, will also get the information about blood donation, so he will know more about how to donate blood. Here is the team. It's me and Paula, which we are in the IT, and we also have Olivia Burtă and Beatrice Leahu from the CTS Oradea. Our competition is Donorium, Venevi, and Shiodonez. These are 3 platforms from Romania. And we also took into consideration a little bit around the features that we are providing to the blood donors, and we can see we have a lot that they don't have. Expanded in Republic of Moldova this year. A bit on the numbers, you can see that the monthly active users has grown to around 300% in the past year. Also, the monthly donations that go through our application in the past year has grown over 200%. And also, appointments feature over 300% in the past year. And of course, feedback is really, really good. We have implemented a feature in the app more than a year ago, and yeah, now we have over 50K feedbacks in-app reviews. And on Google Play, we have over 700 reviews, and it's a 5-star rating there. On the revenue stream side, we are now researching ways to fund our app, because everything that we did was voluntary work. Okay, and what we want to do in the future is on the educational side, so provide more information to people so that they know how exactly to donate blood and why this is beneficial for the community. Also, some part of the digitalization of the medical system, and also on the sustainability side is basically what I've shown before. We are trying to become sustainable. As mentioned previously, we have over 20,000 hours invested of voluntary work, and now we are looking for 35K of investment just to expand a little bit further and add new functionalities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex. Questions for Alex?
Great presentation, very steady, and you had all the points. But I'd like to know, because now moving forward you will need some extra money investment, what are your plans for monetization of the platform?
What we are looking at is pretty much advertising, CSR. So currently we are getting the money from sponsorships, but we want to move into more advertising areas. And who knows, maybe we can find some other areas from which we can get new revenue streams. There is an idea to integrate it more with the hospitals, also with medical doctors, with our private practice, and yeah, there are a lot of opportunities.
Okay, and the second question, do you plan to go outside Romania with the solution once you build it and more stable, or?
We are already in Republic of Moldova, and we want to expand it even further, yes.
Great, thanks.
And even today we are traveling to Republic of Moldova to see how in the past months since we launched. So, yeah.
Thank you. My question was along the same lines as the previous question regarding monetization. I was curious if the other competitors that you mentioned are monetizing in a different way.
Not that we know of. So,
thank you.
Yeah, this is more like a suggestion, but if you go for an advertising model based on your traffic, it simply won't cut out. It's not suitable for this kind of product. Have you tried to go to social accelerators, such as Nest? Those can finance your development and can help you break even for good.
Good, thank you.
One more question.
Well, it's not a question, but I want to congratulate you because I'm a blood donor, and it makes me very easy to make an appointment and reduce the time that I spend there a lot. So congratulations for your solution.
Thank you very much.
So real-time feedback, right?
Yeah, thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Just think, your sink is broken and you have to find someone to fix it. What you'll do? Start calling your friends and family to get some recommendations, or why not try something else? Adrian Daniel, please come and tell us more about Expert24.
Hi, I'm Adrian from Expert24, the services marketplace in Romania. And one of the proud startups which was financed by Make IT in Oradea in the first cohort. At Expert24, we solve some of the biggest problems in the industry, like finding a quality service provider, making sure they are available, and the lack of price transparency. And how we do that? What is our solution? We are building a demand-driven transactional service marketplace with verified service providers. In a more simpler way, how that is working, it's like customer places an order, the service providers are placing bids, and the platform decides who gets the job based on our proprietary algorithm. And all this is happening in around 25 minutes. When we talk about the service market, we talk about 128 billion euros as a service marketplace in Romania, from which the addressable one is 12 billion per year. And from these ones, we try to reach somewhere around 5% in Romania, which goes up to 715 million euros per year. Our business model is relying on a success fee, so we get between 10 and 30% commission out of the deals. And besides this, we have also 2 additional revenue channels, which are based on a subscription model and credits. In the last 2 years, we built a network actually underneath Expert24. I can mention some of the most important ones like lawyers, architects, valuations, or accountants, for example. When it comes about traction, each year we doubled our revenues, and this year we are going somewhere up to 180,000 euros. This is also with the help of Make IT in Oradea, with the 15,000 euro investment for this year. Some of our main KPIs, we have now somewhere around 4,000 jobs per month as requests from the customers. And from these ones, we are getting the commission somewhere between 10 and 25%, depending on the category. And in average, we have somewhere between 4 and 6 offers for each job. When it comes about competition, some of the most important which we have to mention here is OLX, for example, where we have a classified and a general model, Star of Service, which is a worldwide player, Necesi.ro, and as a main differentiator for these ones, we can say that we have the only model working for demand-driven, and some new functionalities, like, for example, our service providers can unblock the price of the competition, or they can buy, let's say, exclusive leads. Some other differentiators which we have to mention here is that, as I said, we charge only for success, and we build it up our own algorithm, which actually decides, instead of the sales managers, who should get the jobs. And all of these are based on scorings on providers level and offerings. The team is quite big now. We actually increased our team up to 9 members. I was working in this area for more than 10 years, in the marketplace area. I was building this. We have also with us Vasile Cucu, which was working before at Tocmai.ro and Public.ro, so Public24. So he has experience on this. And we have with us Beatrix, which actually worked quite a lot in the sales industry in the last years. That's it. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Adrian. Questions? Pick me, pick me.
Hello. Congratulations for your numbers after the incubator part. Can you tell us a bit about your strategy with going after each niche with a different type of name, making only the 24 connection? Why did you go down that route, and how is that working for you?
So the question is regarding in what direction we want to scale up?
No. About all the niche markets that you went after, the lawyer part, everything with 24 at the end, different domain names, basically.
Yeah, so what we are doing when we release new niches, for example, we do a market analysis and see how big is that market, comparing with what we have. And once that we release it and we see that there is traffic or there is demand on the market, then we probably will release also a niche website, because it will help us from SEO perspective, for acquisition of cheaper traffic, and also in the acquisition of the paid traffic, because if the domains are more close to the niche which we want to touch, then the prices is decreasing for this.
What about the main domain, Expert24? What do you find on that?
So Expert24 actually is the only brand which we want to build up. So if we will do marketing, brand awareness marketing, we will do only for Expert24. The satellites, let's say like that, we will use them only for traffic acquisition.
Thank you.
One more question.
Yeah, congrats on the idea. I think it's a great one. I would like to ask, what's your verification or certification process? If you want to disclose on that or not, it's your...
Yeah, it's pretty simple. We actually have an onboarding process, which is actually made by our customer success managers, which actually call the service providers, and in case they need to give us some papers like documents, authorizations that they can make that service, then we ask them. In some cases, we even ask the authorization numbers, but that's only for the services where the authorities make some authorization. So where let's say like that, the services, it's managed by an authority. Like for example, the architects, they have their own system where they are authorized. The same is with the accountants. You know, there is CHECAR, which actually gives you an authorization number, and then we ask that, so that we can identify them that they are a real service provider in that area. And of course, there is the review system where actually you get the reviews from the customers, and once that you already fulfilled the service with success, definitely you are verified.
Thank you.
David says one more, so we can take one more question.
I don't have a real question. I just want to say that I'm a happy customer of one of your domains. I was skeptical at the beginning. After that, everything was so smoothly. So really congrats of this. Thank you.
Thank you.
I like real-time feedback, so that's great. Thank you, Adrian. Imagine you have to sell products online. You also will need customers and a way to make them want to buy from you. Let's see from Ionuț Demian from Islet how we can improve the way people interact with our products.
Hello. Here we go. So I'm Ionuț. I'm from Islet.io, and we do digital adoption. If you're confused, that's fine. I'm going to quickly go over it. If you're a SaaS product, a lot of the pitches here are, and I know a lot of people are working on a SaaS product. You're used to paying a lot of money to get customers in the doors, to sign up. But what happens is that about 80% of them don't even adopt the product. So you pay a lot of money, not getting a lot of value in return. Actually, around 8 out of 10 users that you sign up never end up using the product. So what that means is that all the money you spend on acquisition is now completely gone. And to quote like all the infomercials ever, there has to be a better way. Stage Enter, Islet.io, a digital adoption solution that allows you to create no-code in-app experiences for your customers. It's quite easy to use. In fact, all you have to do is you download the browser extension that works on all major browsers, and you start creating them using a point-and-click system, no coding involved whatsoever. It's a little demo here. We have 3 main products. One of them is the interactive guides. Second one, the bot automation. And I just want to point out that if right now I take the bots out of Islet.io and slap it on a different domain, it's a product on its own. Very powerful stuff. Third one, my favorite, the checklist. A simple way to get your entire onboarding sequence in bite-sized chunks that it's easier to digest, easier for the user to start using an app, and it kind of gave them a sense of better understanding the application when you can check off things off the list as you start using the app. And that was the very short introduction to Islet. I'm sure you might have some questions. I'm looking forward to answering them.
So, let's take some questions.
Hi, Talin from Prime Dash. Okay, I forgot my question. Yeah, what are you really want right now?
So we just launched the product. We've raised a little bit of money. We're actually looking to close our pre-seed round at 300K. We are 60% done with it. We raised 155,000 from a few angel investors. We do have adopters already. We have around 1,200 users, and since last week we went at a conference in Bucharest. We had 4 paying customers. Now we have 16, so we are growing. And yeah, that's about it. So
okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Part of the question was already answered. I was wondering if you identified who is the target client, what type of business?
Yeah, so we do our best work with self-service solution, especially in the SaaS industries, because that's where the biggest issue that we solve is basically onboarding new customers and then feature adoption. And our typical customer is product managers, product owners, and people in that work in marketing.
As you well know, this is a very, very crowded market. We were a potential customer, so I researched this quite a lot. What's the main differentiator between you and other products, especially ones like Intercom or suits that offer your service as a feature in their bigger solution?
Right. So we didn't want to be a one-trick pony, so we didn't want to do just tours. And Intercom is a really great example like that. One of the main differentiators is the bots automation. It allows you to connect tours and product tours and guides and messages based on user interaction within the app. So the user does X thing in the app, and then we serve him with a tool. That allows us to not take over the app when they sign up, but be there only when they need it. So you know how usually when you sign up, you see that little pop-up that has you take a tour? we don't want to be that one because they immediately click skip tour. Yeah, we do that, of course, but we're always there when they need it, and otherwise we keep to ourselves. That's one of the main differentiators. The second one is because we use serverless technologies and we manage to keep costs quite low, there's a big difference over there in terms of cost.
And is this SaaS, or is there an option to just buy the software?
No, it's a monthly subscription.
And have you thought about doing a different model where you can purchase it and then you practically own it?
No, we really don't have a plan for that. Or maybe we can consider it, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Another question.
Yeah, a good question. So we can integrate it on top of any application out there, but to integrate directly with HubSpot, we're actually releasing that next month. We're gonna be fully integrated with HubSpot, and we can use their segmentation features to actually target our users with different guides based on segmentation.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Hi, Ionuț.
Hey.
I'm curious about your team. Can you explain more about your experience and who else is in your team?
All right, cool, yeah. So that beautiful giant over there is my buddy Andre. He's my co-founder. We have a team of 7 people right now. There's 3 developers, and then we have some marketing interns that work on it. So we're 7 in total. Our experience is I've done SaaS for 14 years now, worked with a bunch of companies in both a developer capacity and then moved over to the marketing capacity. My co-founder is a marketer. And yeah, that's about it. I could go in a lot of details, but I don't want to take a lot of time here.
Full-time? Full-time?
Yes, I'm full-time, and the entire team is full-time.
Thank you, Ionuț, for your presentation. Thank you all for your questions. I would like now to invite David here in front for the next session.
Thank you very much, Bogdan, and congrats to the previous teams that presented, which I'm proud to say this is made in Oradea or building in Oradea. Congrats, guys. Thank you so much for coming this afternoon and showcasing your products. I think we have Mr. Burduja with us, ready to enter on the screen, right? We invited Mr. Burduja, who's the Minister of... okay, we don't want that, I think. To tell us a bit about what the government is actually trying to do and the initiatives they have in order to help more tech startups build in Romania, stay in Romania, and scale globally. From what my colleagues is telling me, I think we are almost ready. Just a bit of patience, because the technology is... I don't know if this helps, but anyway. Mr. Burduja, if you can hear me, we are trying to hear you right now. Just a couple of seconds. As you can expect, this perfectly worked when we tested it almost an hour ago. Murphy's Law. Any second now? Mas de ping-pong. Yeah, for those of you that looked over the agenda, you might have noticed that we swapped the showcasing with the panel. That's because we were lucky enough to, beside having 2 COVIDs that canceled the main session with Thomas and with another startup, we also had an accident from the road, the main road from Timișoara to Oradea, and some of the panelists didn't arrive yet, so a lot of things happened in the background. I'm saying this just to make sure your patience is with us. Let's do a quick chat, a quick check. Who's a founder in the room? Raise your hand if you're a founder. That's it. I see more founders. Cătălin? Okay, who's working in a startup or tech company? Okay, well, the founders plus. Okay, who's I don't know, helping, investing, mentoring startups? Nice. And also I think we have left just the volunteers and the media team. Okay, Andrei, any second now?
Gata, domnule ministru, puteți să desconecta cu sala. Sunteți pe mute, domnule ministru.
Hi, everybody. I don't see you, but I hope you can hear me and possibly see me.
Yes, Mr. Burdoja, thank you very much for joining.
Oh, now I see you.
And now we can see you also. Thank you very much for joining.
It's a wonderful pleasure to be joining online for the Bright Labs Incubator Demo Day. And it's an honor for me to be with you. I wish I was there in person. If there was any place in the world I would rather be right now, it would be Oradea.
Thank you very much. Hopefully next time we'll have you here. Our invitation
I would
stays
love
open. Mr. Burdoja, I will start with a question for you. How is the government plan to help startups scale globally from Romania and helping them stay in Romania and not move on other countries in order to scale?
It's the $1 million or $1 billion question, if you will. It's, you know, what makes a unicorn essentially, and how we can get to one of my crazy dreams, which would be 30 unicorns by 2030. I'm told I'm not completely insane for saying this. I recently asked this question at a similar event in Bucharest, and I was told that I'm not completely out of line. First of all, before I go national, let me talk local. And I would like to say that I think you have a great privilege to be in Oradea. And you're probably tired of the whole country saying this, but we really do envy you. And I think startups around the country envy you because you have the enabling environment, as I would call it. You have the right conditions to succeed locally. Before we can talk about national or global success, you have what it takes right in Oradea. And to me, I mean, one of the first time I was there, certainly in recent years, was close to 10 years ago. I was working for the World Bank, and we were traveling the country talking to literally hundreds of public officials, mayors, county council presidents, and we were presenting our vision about how to develop Romania. And, you know, most of them would ask, you know, what kind of money do you have for me in terms of World Bank funding? And among the few who actually listened, sat us down, listened, took notes, was Mr. Bolojan at the time. And over the years, we took great pride in the fact that he and his team have implemented some of those ideas. And one of them was the importance of the startup ecosystem of the private sector, essentially. And obviously, you need to attract talent locally and to retain it. And for that, you need quality of life. And for that, you need the public sector. Beyond that, obviously, ensuring success, I mean, it's a function of many things. It's a function of individual qualities and attitude and willingness to fail and mentality. It's also a function of access to finance. You know, in more recent World Bank assessments that I've seen and that I appreciate as factual, Romania has two main issues in its innovation ecosystem, and they're nationwide. One is legal, and the other one is financial. On the legal side, we operate under legislation that is, in many ways, 32 years old. So the law for commercial companies dates back from 1990. It was patched up. A bunch of European directives came on top. Some of it relates to digitalization, and the trade registry is undergoing a massive modernization program. But, you know, it is still 32 years old. And the fact is that we do need a special legal framework for innovative startups, generally speaking. That enables more flexibility, that reduces bureaucracy, that essentially takes out all the barriers that a young entrepreneur faces as he or she starts down this road. So, you know, that's the first thing. And I've launched this conversation with my colleagues in Parliament, with the Ministry of Justice that essentially owns the topic through the trade registry, with the Ministry of Economy, with the Ministry of Entrepreneurship, with the Prime Minister. And they all agree that we do need indeed the new law for commercial, for the private sector, especially for innovative startups. And that won't come, tomorrow, but it will come within the next year, I'm confident. And before we finalize it, obviously, there will be many debates, many consultations, and I hope you will get involved and speak out, because you know best what you need. You know, is it a better way to have stock option plans, SOPs, to motivate your staff, because you can't pay them early on. You need to motivate them some different way. You know, is it a smoother, faster process to register a company or to close a company, which tends to be very hard in Romania? You know, is it a better framework for public-private partnerships and involving the academic sector, or enabling spin-offs from our research institutes? All this, in my opinion, needs to go into this new law. The second problem that the bank identified correctly, in my mind, is access to financing early on in a startup's growth phase. You know, we're talking relatively small grants, 20, 30, 50K, up to 100K, where the risk is very high and we still don't have a great ecosystem around angel investors. There's some VC funding, but they typically tend to target more mature companies. And I know in the EU Startup Monitor, basically the data show that we have plenty of companies being born in Romania, but beyond the 5-year mark, very few survive. And I think that's also because there's no proper financing. So one of the ideas I've had for many years now was to do what other countries have done, from Israel to Singapore, the US, South Korea, I think Ireland, the Netherlands, which is to allow the government to come in and co-invest, essentially do a fund matching mechanism, invest in equity in startups. And an even more ambitious plan that I would have is to create a fund, the Romanian Innovation Fund, with some national level funding, possibly possibly financing from an IFI, an international financing institution, but also local level funding, where local authorities, city halls, county councils can come into this fund and essentially compete for startups and invest in their equity. So that makes the risk a lot smaller. It adds the guarantee of the government, and it will work under one condition, which is if the government refrains from influencing the selection process, which other countries have done. They pre-select reputable angel investors, venture capitalists, and they let them do their job. They just say, okay, you put in the money, we'll co-invest with you. And it's smart economics for the government too, because we'll all make some money out of it. And our innovative startups will have a much healthier path for growth. Beyond that, one of the crazy ideas that I have, and I know if you study it, you'll see that there's been talk about it. I mean, once you go through all the financing rounds, the dream is to obviously get to an IPO, you know, to list your company. And the most successful companies obviously list on the New York Stock Exchange. While European stock exchanges remain fragmented, we will not be able to compete with the New York Stock Exchange. It's just a matter of scale, especially after Brexit. There's no, I mean, tell me where you list in Europe. Okay, we would all love to list on the National Stock Exchange, on the Romanian Stock Exchange. But if you really want to make it big, you know, you're a unicorn in the making, you're not going to be able to do it just on the Bucharest Stock Exchange. So I've been pushing discreetly this idea. And I mean, there is openness, there's also resistance to it. And, you know, it's obviously up to the European Union to get the message that we need to pull together and somehow integrate stock exchanges into one that has significant pull, because the EU market is significant. If you look at the number of people, you know, productivity, we have the ingredients. We just haven't found a way to coordinate this effort. So a long answer to hopefully answer your question.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But very much looking forward to your thoughts. I need to jump off in a few minutes, but if you have any questions, and one last thing I'll say is I know all this sounds like plans in the making, and that's what they are, and they're not going to happen from one day to the next. Another key initiative we have is to open up a hub of the government science and technology office in Silicon Valley that would connect capital and ideas and talent from Romania, including from Oradea, of course, directly to Silicon Valley. Other countries have done it. It's worked out beautifully. And it's another great plan we have. Of course, the problem is these are not going to happen tomorrow. It will take time. But anyway, thank you for your patience.
Thank you very much, Mr. Borduja. And we heard a lot of ambitious plans, and we are really here to help how we can, and we'll stay connected with the initiatives. I will just ask you to leave us with one encouragement for the startups that are going to pitch tonight at our event.
I feel like a broken record for saying this, but do not be afraid to fail. In fact, embrace it. I think you know what they say: fail fast, fail forward. But truly, I spent 4 years in the Silicon Valley at the university there at Stanford, and I know for a fact entrepreneurs who fail are much more valuable than entrepreneurs who are on their first try. It's just a fact. So to those who win, congratulations. To those who lose, celebrate it, learn from it, and you're much better. You're a much better version of yourself, no matter what the experience tonight is.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. It's a great encouragement for us. All the best there, and may we see you again in Oradea in person at our next demo day. Thank you very much again.
I would love it. Thank you all. most kind. Thank you all. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, Bogdan, over to you.
Now it's time for a well-deserved break. We will have 30 minutes, so I would like to invite you after those 30 minutes back on your seats, because we will have the panel discussion and also the pitching sessions.
are at the core of a startup community.
Okay, everybody, let's get back on our seats. People from inside, help me bring those people who are outside, okay? I will say 1, 2, 3 and you will give me a big round of applause and some shouts, okay? 1, 2, 3 and go! Woo! Look, look. They are coming. I told you. It's working, yeah. Welcome back. It's okay because at the end of the event you will have time to chat in the networking after party, so you can come because now it's time for the panel discussion. Let's welcome with a round of applause while I invite them on stage our speakers. Bogdan Pașca, Investment Manager at RocaX. Alin Merkeș, Entrepreneur and Board Member Make IT in Oradea. And Vasilica Bob, CPO at 123 Form Builder. This panel will be moderated by David Akim, Executive Director, Make IT in Oradea.
Not there. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation, Bogdan, Alin, Vasi. And let's get into the topic of the panel. We'll discuss about how to build a startup from Romania globally and how to scale it globally. You all have experienced doing this or helping other companies doing it, so I can't wait to see the advices you have for the people here or watching us online. If you want to just have, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds intro for each one of you, you can start Vasi, Alin, and then Bogdan, and then I'll go with the first question.
Hi everyone, I'm very happy to be here. I'm Vasi from 123 Form Builder. My experience in SaaS products is over 17 years, and I'm very happy that I worked with people from Oradea, and mostly the companies that I work with were bootstrapped, and I'm very excited to be here and answer some questions.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Alin Merkeș, co-founder of Mobiversal and board member of Make It in Oradea. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm very passionate about startups, tech ecosystems, Oradea ecosystem, and I love entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Alin.
Hi everyone, my name is Bogdan Pașca. I am from RocaX. We're a VC fund headquartered in Bucharest, and we currently have about 30 portfolio companies in our portfolio.
Too many more.
Yeah, and many more. And I just wanted to say that I'm originally from Arad, so
nice.
It feels so great to be somewhere around home and to see all this enthusiasm and activity.
Thank you very much, Bogdan, for being with us. Okay. Yes, that too. First question I have for you, and by the way, I think we have a QR code or something that you can scan to address questions for our panelists. We'll take also some questions from the audience after I try to fire the conversation a bit. I think you can put it on the screen when it's ready, Andrei. Okay, we have it here. I hope you can scan it. Okay, let's go to the first questions until then. Should any tech startup wish to become a global startup? That's the first question I prepared for you. maybe it's a bit controversial. I will ask Alin if you can start with the first answer, then Vasi, and then Bogdan. I kind of named you, so to not have an awkward moment to wait for everyone to start.
Well, first of all, I would like to start with a definition to see what local, what global means, what regional means, because an ecosystem is composed by many stakeholders, like startups, investors, local authorities, national authorities, of course, entrepreneurs, and all the people around. I would like to start with my vision that it's a little bit counterintuitive of what the mainstream media is saying nowadays. For example, many people now, and especially in the tech world, is speaking about unicorns. You have heard the Minister of Digitalization speaking about his dream of having unicorns in Romania. Well, I have another dream. I have a dream that instead of one unicorn that get born from Oradea, to have 20 or 50 startups that are evaluated in the range of tens of millions in Oradea. I mean, I like numbers, I like statistics, and if I ask you do you play lottery? Which one of you playing lottery? Why not? Okay, only the one. Okay. I don't know if you realize, but building a unicorn, I'm not saying it's not a nice dream, but building a unicorn, realistically speaking, it's almost have the chance like playing lottery. And if you build a startup that it's like, I don't know, in the range of tens of millions or 100 million or million, it's much, much, much more reachable, maybe 1,000 times more reachable, probabilistically speaking. So unfortunately, most of the entrepreneurs, which are maybe in their starting entrepreneurial life, they reach for the unicorn, and the actions that you have to take in running a startup that you think of a unicorn, it's different than like you would run a startup that it's on a smaller...
But both can go global, right?
But both can go global. That was, I wanted to conclude. We have been global with our startups. Of course, we didn't reach all the Wall Street Journal or TechCrunch like UiPath, but in my dream, 50 smaller startups can have the media coverage of one unicorn, and only the ecosystem that aggregates around them, maybe it's comparable, if not bigger.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alin. Vasi?
I would definitely go global, but as Alin said, Lasse said what that means. So in my opinion, and after some research done, once you are passing the 50% out of your users that are not local, then you can start really thinking about this. But
so you said 15.
15, yeah, 50, yeah.
Okay.
And when you reach the point where 80% of your audience is not local, then you can start telling that, yes, you're global. I think that at every startup that I worked, we didn't even had this question, should we go global? It was something that it was demanded because the market in Romania was small, and it was easier for us to go beyond borders. And what I suggest you guys to start with is to see if that problem that you're solving, it has roots in other places other than Romania, and then you can definitely start thinking about a global startup.
Thank you. Thank you. Bogdan, what are you thinking from an investor's perspective?
Right. So the question was if any startup
should any startup think about wish to become a global startup?
Well, the obvious answer is no. Not every startup should wish to be global. In fact, this desire to go global too fast is what kills most companies. It's called premature scaling. And it's very often the investors which push the startup to to do so from various reasons. Like, if they want to make a success stories financially, they need to IPO, and to IPO they need to go abroad, and to go abroad they need to have users from there, right? But the thing is that there's a caveat to this. So if you think about software as it is, the difference between technology businesses and other businesses is that software has zero marginal cost to replicate. So you can build as many pieces of software, you just copy and paste it. And this means that all your efforts should go in sales. And due to this structure, it's somehow that every software company eventually tends to be monopolistic. Hence they go global. Well, my advice here would be that every startup should wish to be able to serve as big of a market as possible, as good as they can from day one. But it should come rather naturally, and they should make sure that at every stage of the process they're the best product or solution for the customer segment they're serving.
Thank you very much. Actually, yeah, that was one of the things that I wanted to mention, that one of basically, as Bogdan said, the thing that kills most startups is scaling too fast. So yeah, thank you for all the advice. I know the biggest examples and the most resonating examples we have in our minds when we are thinking about Romanian tech companies and startups that scaled globally are UiPath and Bitdefender. There are others also, but from your perspective, some of you are working to startups that reached global markets. What startup are you looking at when you get inspired? Okay, these guys did it at the right time, in the right manner. Others than UiPath and Bitdefender. Basically, one example that you are thinking about, and what do you think made them special in scaling their startup? Let's start with Vasi this time.
Maybe my answer won't please you. I, as a product person, don't really look at other startups because you have no idea about their strategy behind the scenes and what their struggle were. So copying something in strategy, I don't think it's a good idea. I'd rather look at the customer and working towards solving a problem rather than looking at a startup. Maybe as an inspiration, you have like this motivation to go outside your comfort zone. Yes, I would definitely look at the fact that people from Romania can also do smart and good things like others. But other than that, I will always look at the problem and going around how to best approach that and work towards this with a strategy, giving what resources you have.
Thank you. Bogdan?
From my perspective, I think it really matters how you define success, right? Because you said UiPath and Bitdefender, they're successful. Why are you saying that they're successful? How do you define success in this case?
I was thinking in the context of going global and serving big audience outside Romania.
All right.
Or beside Romania.
There are a lot of examples of local Romanian, or actually companies, extremely good companies funded by Romanian entrepreneurs, which have gone global and have shown great success. For example, Databricks is one of them. It's a startup started in Silicon Valley by a Romanian teacher, reached 1 billion plus valuation in deep tech. It's amazing what they do. Last month in München, another Romanian entrepreneur made a lot of waves with his medical company, another startup. And look, even here in Oradea, like when Typing DNA managed to raise their first round, or actually it was the second, I think, there was a huge wave of optimism, and which prompted other entrepreneurs to start building businesses. So I think that if we just ignore this as IPO'd businesses and we don't label only them as successful, we can find a lot of success stories in our local ecosystems.
Thank you, Bogdan. And actually, that's what I was. These were the type of examples I was looking for, not just the big names that we all hear on, I don't know, Mediafax website and so on. Those may be close to us, closer to us. Maybe we didn't even know about them, or people that are watching us. Thank you, Bogdan.
I think it's a wise strategy, the one that Vasilika mentioned about being more focused on your clients and your audience and not to be very influenced by the competition. And we are trying that as well in our startups. I mean, yes, we are looking at the competition, but we are trying to be much more focused on what we are doing, on how we can serve them better and how we can do that better. Looking at the competition too much. First of all, it's hard to distinguish all the buzzwords, all the noise, all the shiny things about the competition. You don't know what's behind all those media coverage. I mean, also, like Bogdan said, it depends on how you define success. I mean, in my opinion, because I'm a more conservative guy, raising funds of investments, sorry guys, but for me, it's just a little measurement of success. For me, success is when you reach your audience and you are growing very well organically, you are serving your clients, you're making some money, you're bringing some money by the standard measurements of how you can make money, so to speak. So yes, of course, it's a good thing to have investments, so that means somebody bet on your future. That's for sure. That's a good thing. But it's not enough to define success. It's not enough. Because the investors knows that out of their bets of investments, I don't know, 10 investments, 100 investments, only a few of them will succeed. So we as depends on who you ask. If you ask us as entrepreneurs, how do you define success? It's important what we are looking at. If you ask the investors what they define success, it's a totally different story. So be very careful when you're picking your success definition and from where.
What's your definition of success, Aline? Let's say for one of your products or for Moviversal.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't have a definition for success very clearly, but definitely it's growing and having an engine. In our case, it's very specific. We want to be an engine of producing startups, growing startups organically that are growing and that can be here in 10 or 20 years and that can serve clients either bootstrapped or with the help of investment, but ideally bootstrapped. And having a normal rate of success. I mean, nowadays, you have to be careful how you pick your words. What do you define normal today? If I ask maybe somebody in the audience would say normal, it's 100% per year. I would say normally it could be 30% per year growth. If you ask somebody else would say, you're crazy, you should grow 500% per year. So we have to define terms. So this is my measure of success. Multiple startups that can be successful and that can impact an ecosystem and that can be win-win for everyone, for investors, for founders, for employees, for the ecosystems, for everyone. This is my measure of success, not only win, lose, lose, or win-win, lose, lose, lose stakeholders.
Thank you. Yeah, sure, please.
I want to share a story that's based on what Aline said. It made me think about it. So, right when the lockdown first came with COVID-19, it was obvious that as schools and kindergartens were shutting down or just going offline, that EdTech was going to be a very good industry to assist at that point. And at some point, we were looking at digitalizations of kindergartens, and we were simultaneously analyzing two companies which were doing, frankly, the same thing. One of them was way more advanced. The other one was more entrepreneurial and small. And any investor at that stage would have gone with a bigger one because they had a product they just wanted to scale, and that was it. But when we looked at the other one, you know, that everybody was overlooking, instead of telling us that, look, this is huge for us, COVID is going to make us grow 200%, they started, no, COVID is going to make people more aware of the issues in kindergartens. This is a good chance to talk to kindergartners more, to further develop our product, to increase the value of our existing clients while we also secure a few new ones. And so they were doubling down on very good product and on sustainability. And we decided to go with them. And it was one of the best decisions we've done in that period.
Nice, nice. Hard decision, I mean, especially thinking, and I don't want to put anyone on a, bad note, but that's one of the problems we see, at least what I see, when it comes to defining success, defining the KPIs you should look at as a startup that's growing. It's sometimes and many times a battle between serving your clients or serving your investors, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. And I think matured investors and investors that really know what they are doing, they know that they don't hack this. They know that the startup should continuously look at their audience. I know maybe Vasi, you have something to add to this success KPI, North Star metric. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, a lot of buzzwords. In my opinion, it's about the stage in which you as a startup is, because in the beginning, everyone wants to double 100%. You cannot do that once you're big and you're scaling. In my opinion, the success is, and this is something that product people should look at, is retention. So you have the conversion. Yes, you can outgrow that, and you can do a lot of tricks how to have the numbers growing there. But once you're moving into retention, that's something that tells you that the product has a fit and your customers are really taking value out of your product. So in my opinion, when you're looking at a product, look at that. What's the retention rate, where that happens, what you should do to grow that, because losing people out of your portfolio, it's always a battle to win more, but it's more efficient to keep them than to lose them and bring others to the table. So yeah, I will definitely look there when defining success of a product.
Thank you, thank you. Coming back a bit to our main topic about extending globally. From your perspective, Aline and Vasi, you are like founders and operators. What do Romanian founders have to keep in mind when targeting global markets or extending outside their local market?
Well, I have seen many entrepreneurs, especially that are based in Bucharest.
Just one thing, don't forget, here is the QR code. I'm waiting for your questions. Otherwise, I will keep asking questions. So, Aline, sorry.
I was saying that I have seen entrepreneurs that start locally. They want to test their idea locally, especially entrepreneurs I saw from Bucharest or from Cluj, where you have somehow bigger markets than, for example, we have in Oradea. In Oradea, we have startups. Most of the startups probably have started directly global because we don't have a market here. We don't have a critical mass of anything. And somehow that it was an advantage. I could say it's harder to go globally than locally. We have to admit that it's harder, and you have to think globally. You have to make everything in English. I mean, yeah.
Or in Spanish.
Could be more expensive. I mean, everything should be like globally. And when I'm saying globally, in my mind, it's obviously US and UK market. So that means, for example, what I would suggest for somebody from Oradea, well, it will be pretty hard to find specialists that can operate globally. In marketing, in sales, in product, it's extremely hard. because usually we in Romania, we don't have that global vision about the product. It's very hard. So probably now in Oradea, we're starting to build this ecosystem just because on the startups that are now in Oradea, we try to raise more digital marketers, more product managers, more specialists that can think globally. What I have seen, and in my opinion, it's a mistake, it's you start Romanian, then you want to go global, and it's a mix match in your mind. How do you make for example, the social media posting? It should be in Romanian, should be in English. It's very hard to go in multiple languages. It's either you go
so
global.
You go global from the start, or you don't go global.
Depends on the market. I
Okay,
wouldn't say
depends on the market and on the product, because some product needs, for example, hard, I don't know, one-to-one sales process. And
if it's a sales process, it's easier in Romania to start, definitely.
Yes.
But we were trying to build product-led startups or marketing-led startups. Then it's easier to go global in that case. If you're a sales-led startup, definitely it's very hard.
So think about going global from the start, because that will help later on. I think.
And when I'm saying global, it's mostly US or UK. I mean, it's hard to sell in France, for example, or in Italy from Romania. Good luck selling something to Italians from Romania or to Germany. Except
maybe some wine from
except some wood or whatever raw materials we have. No, I'm exaggerating, but it's pretty hard in Europe to sell from. There is.
Okay. Thank you, Aline.
I guess I'm going to tell you a story of how not to do this. So we were based obviously in Oradea, and we already had a startup, and we saw that half of the audience that were coming on the website were from educational industry, and we thought, hey, this might be a good idea just to see how we can adapt the product to give back value to educational customers. So we started looking around competition, and we did the obvious, as we've done before, copying something that was there and just bring that to the market, right? So we built the product. 6 months into the product looked good. Testing was done in some way, but not fairly well. So we decided to bring the product to launch it at a conference in US. And we had a very flashy site where we were presenting the product, very interesting. But like in the first 2 or 3 people that came around and saw the product, they said, well, it looks good. It does what we want to, but does this plug into this? And we were, what is that? So we had like the guts to do this, to go into US with a product. We did the copy, paste, very good, except the fact that it didn't plug in their product that will actually do the sales. So in my opinion, it's about understanding the market, where you want to dive in, make sure that you do your research fairly and you understand the customer, the way that that customer will buy your product and how it will be used in the end. Because if you want to sell whatever, you will sell to someone that's real. And global, not global, you really need to do your research fairly. So
thank you.
Not do that.
Bogdan, what do you think about how, I don't know, you as investor and investors in general can help startups reach global markets or extend globally?
All right, so one way we can do this is with money, okay? But that's the low-hanging fruit, and it's not what it's all about. What we actually do as investors is that we actually learn a lot from the companies we work with. And we see what they're doing right, and we try to replicate it in our other companies, and we see what they're doing wrong, and we try to prevent it in other companies. So it could be that if you have an investor on your cap table or someone who has worked with a lot of companies at the same time, they can actually cut you some mistakes from the journey. Another way we assist startups is throughout networking, and so the way this entire industry, because we can call it the financial industry, it works is that small investors sell assets, which is a company, to larger investors, who sell them to larger investors and larger investors, until eventually they sell it to the largest investor, which is the public market, right? It's a funnel, it's just like sales. So we think a lot about what it, so first of all, we define success for the specific company. Then we think of what needs to happen in order to meet those criteria of success. And based on this, we devise a plan. So we know that once we reach this mile, this company is going to be interesting for this type of investor. And once we go past that threshold, it's going to be interesting in this market. And I think this market know-how, which helps a lot. And lastly, the way we help companies is that we're trying to build founders, to think like a proper founder. So in case, I don't know, a person is more shy, or they actually want to scale, but they're scared of it. They're scared to move away from their home. This is a big topic, by the way. If any of you are going to want to go sell your product in the US, you gotta do some trips to the US, and once you're gonna see yourself there, chances are that you feel that you want to go home, you're going to be afraid, you're going to be scared, you know? So those type of founder work, we call it, it's like human-to-human interaction. That's really important, and I think is what actually makes good teams perform excellently.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the answers. We are starting to get some questions from the people here in the room. And first interesting questions I have here is, how can a local company, local startup, compete with one from a more developed market such as USA or UK? Because Alin, you said that, yeah, going globally means going to US, UK, and this kind of countries. And I think the question is very interesting, how you compete with startups that are based there, maybe doing a similar solution with yours. What's your takes on this? I don't know. You can either of you can start.
Well, very, very hard. You can compete, but it's very, very doable. And what have we done? We found a niche, and we are satisfied by being the 37th place in that niche. Okay, I'm just saying a number. So if you're reaching for being a monopoly in US with your product, forget about this. So, for example, again, I'm going and I'm returning to the definition of success. We are satisfied if we can make, I don't know, 10 million revenue per year with a product. But globally speaking, that is nothing. Investors speaking, that is nothing. So definitely, if I would be an investor, I would want to hear somebody that can guarantee me that startup can hit a unicorn. As an entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur, I don't have many chances. As an investor, because I am an investor myself in the stock market, for example, I can bet on 1,000 companies, okay? One of the 1,000 companies can be a unicorn. I can make 10x, 100x of my money. As an entrepreneur, the next period of my life, the next years, I have one bet. It's one bet. It's your life. The investor side, it's much more relaxed. I can bet on how many companies I want. I mean, there is nothing there. No, I mean, but as an entrepreneur, you have one chance at a time. So I don't want to risk that chance of playing lottery. Again, you can become rich of playing lottery. Don't you like this idea? Play the lottery. Okay, I don't want to play the lottery. I want to play my chances. I want to go by 1 in 10 chance. Even to make millions in the global market is very hard. So I don't want to go in the very, 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 very almost impossible solution. So that's why I define success of being like, I don't know, I don't care what place we are on the global market. We want to reach success, we want to help users, we want to have a constant growth, and we want to have profits, definitely. I mean, 30 years ago, companies made money out of the pocket of their clients. You know, It was hard. I mean, now we speak like, really? Out of the client's pockets? Yeah, that should be the way of making money, like in the conservative way. Of course, today in the tech world, you don't have direct clients. I understand that. But we don't go in that direction. There are many others that want to reach the moon. We want to reach the second floor.
I don't know what should I add to this, but I confirm it's hard.
It was very passionate also.
Yeah. So some of the investors at the company that I'm working with are now in the room, so I need to be careful. This is very hard, guys. I struggle to take the product out to the market. He can bet on me, but he doesn't want to do that. So as Aline said, my whole life, the products that I worked with were my only bet. Obviously, we can do the Tom Sum and whatever you want guys to do just to see where we are in the market. But in the end, it's a struggle, day by day struggle to have the clients buying your product, and it is not easy. No one said it was easy. So you get to go into a long run. Otherwise, you just have to do and play at the lottery. It's easier.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I want to clarify something. I'm not saying that if we will reach the unicorn as a company, we won't be happy. No, I want to be very clear. What it's important is not nuance. The actions as entrepreneurs, as co-founders that we take, we first try to reach the first step, then the second step. And if with the type of work we are doing, we can reach the unicorn level in 3 years, in 20 years, absolutely we're happy. I'm just saying that we are not going in depression if we are not being a unicorn. We had an acquaintance in San Francisco. He had a company that was, I am saying this example to most of my friends. He had a company valued of $200 million, and he was in depression. He was in deep depression because he didn't reach the unicorn level yet. So I'm speaking about that kind of behavior. So try to reach the first step. Try to reach then the millions, the tens of millions, the hundreds of millions, and then absolutely it's okay to be unicorn, but not to sleep 1 hour per night like Elon Musk wants to do. It's a high price to pay. Just make your calculations. That's all. So I'm not saying I'm against the unicorns. I'm against all about this buzz and the type of work that has to reach to the unicorn level. I mean, you need to be like almost kill yourself in 4 years to reach that type of growth. So I'm against that thing, not against the billion-dollar companies.
Thank you, Aline. Bogdan, anything to add?
No, honestly, I'm still thinking about the metaphor with playing the lottery and the fact that investors, that entrepreneurs have one shot. Like, no, that's perfectly right. And just to clarify, because it's funny that when all this tech wave started in Romania, was it like 4 years ago? It was something like that, I think, right? And when that happened, like the global market was booming. It was an upwards trend, and we only saw the peak of it. We don't know the trough, and we're just going to experience it sooner or later. What we saw a few years ago were companies which were heavily subsidized. I mean, they were just losing money, and investors were happy to invest more because they knew that they eventually had a buyer for them. If you had like Algolia, right? You had this deep tech algorithm which was able to find results extremely fast, whatever you asked it. That was for Google, and investors would have poured, disregarding how much money in them, just to make it happen. But it could be that there's a shift, and this shift is going to value more sustainable companies more than the others. And I think this is where our region, the CE, and especially Romania, has a great advantage, because we're very scrappy, right? I mean, we know how to bootstrap things. It's almost at times we're afraid of money, you know? We don't want to lose them. We don't want to risk anything for them. So this is going to be a huge advantage in the future.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, when we're talking about growth and what we need in order to grow, 90% of time, at least, we are talking about funding or money and this kind of stuff. And one of the questions I have here is how to hire. Where should a startup look for good talent, and how to compete with established companies regarding scaling the team? And I think that's one of the biggest problems companies have, not at the very early stage. They had right in the beginning, but when they are starting to scale, when they are starting to go global, how do you hire? How do you make people join your little startup and not go work for a big tech or big engineering company? I don't know, maybe Aline, you want to start again, because I know you have an answer for this.
We cannot do that. It's simple. You cannot do that. I mean, but the good news is that you're trying hard. You're trying hard, and maybe you can keep some of them. In our model, joking aside, there are many methods how you can attract. I mean, you can still find Romanians that wants to work for Romanian startups, not only for US. Of course, you have to pay them well, but in our case, we try also to give equity in the products, and that worked so-so, because some of the people are not so entrepreneurial, so some were entrepreneurial. But definitely the idea was good. We want to move forward with that, but we want to be more selective to see who do we give equity to. But the rest of the answer, I don't have anything to add. It's extremely hard. We cannot keep all the people.
Do you think, I don't know, you motivate them by telling, look, we have this amazing mission, or you motivate them by, I don't know, giving them flexibility, you motivate them by...
Yeah, we motivate them until
by the option pool, I don't know.
Until the day when they get the double offer of the salary from that company, big company, and then all the dreams are gone. So this is how we motivate them.
This is not heading in the direction I want.
But this is the real truth, because we have entrepreneurs here, they want to reach to the moon, right?
If you're a startup starting this, you will not be able to hire talent at high price because you won't have the money. And my opinion is do your job as a startup founder, and in the beginning you're gonna do all the jobs in the world. You're gonna buy toilet paper and you're going to run the company. This is how things are done. And at some point you will be able to scale, and the equity will sound nice to some people. I still think there's a struggle in Romania with the education in this area for someone that is hired to understand how much this values and how will I get the money, because it's in the end the money with this. So I will suggest that you start educating yourself, reading a lot, and do your job and don't sleep more than 6 hours a night. Yeah, if you want to sleep more than 6 hours, that's not for you. And then you will start having people that will join, and in the end, those will be your co-founders in the end. Because in the beginning, the team that's closer to you will be the ones that will stay and believe in your dream. That's what you're selling. You're selling the future. And the attrition will be big in the end, because you're going to hire very cheap people that will want to grow, and if they don't find that growth along you and your business, they will eventually go. So the business will grow with you, your skills will grow with you, and then you can start talking about equity, because if you're starting to talk about this from the beginning, I won't be joining you. I in the end eat and have 2 kids.
Bogdan, any tips from the companies in your portfolio?
No, but I really want to learn how to hire better. No, so
came to Oradea for a tip.
I perfectly agree with what both of them said, and it's in the end it's going to be your core team which is going to stick around with you for your mission and your vision. But otherwise, the other people, I'll give 2 very contradicting answers here. So on the one hand is that if you want to prevent people from leaving your company, you gotta let them have their input in whatever you're doing. If it's a sales process, if it's a salesman, you gotta let him or her tweak the sales process to make sure they're contributing to it. They're going to grow emotionally attached to it, and they want to stick around there. Same for product development, right? Now the other perspective, you gotta make all the roles as franchisable as possible. So think of it as you're not hiring a person, you're franchising a role. You're franchising the role of a product developer. You have everything that needs in place in order for a new person to start their job as fast as possible. And I think I heard this metaphor from one of the partners in our company, and it was like, in the end, a company is like a river, it's not a lake. So just the water flows through and other water comes by.
Nice, thank you, thank you. I will just have one more question because we are preparing for the main part of our event. One mistake you will not repeat again as an entrepreneur, operator, I don't know, investor working with startups, other than pushing them or pushing the company to grow too fast, because we already said that that's one of the biggest mistakes.
I don't regret any of my mistakes. I just want to have this fast pace through the mistake. One of the things that I've learned from one of the biggest mistakes that I've told you about with the product that we copied and launched directly to the customer is that I need to do my homework better, and I need to validate the product before I start developing it. I would definitely do that. I won't regret mistakes. The mistakes brought us here, and what would you learn from a success? You learn from mistakes.
Thanks.
I would mention 2 or 3 mistakes that I have made, and hopefully I wouldn't repeat too much. First mistake is being defocused and being divided into many roles. That's a mistake that is connected with another mistake of not defining exactly the roles, what the co-founder means, what the CEO means, what an investor means. These are 3 different roles. Could be cumulated, but could be separately. So in my initial entrepreneurial roles, I have been involved in many startups, and that was a big mistake, because you cannot be executive person in multiple companies. I mean, it's a lie. Yes, there are super exceptions like Jack Dorsey or Elon Musk, but these guys are not human, in my opinion. So be my guest, be like Elon. Okay, that's one mistake. The second mistake is being understaffed. This is very important, because usually in the startups, you don't want to spend too much money on too many people, because like Vasilika said, you have to wear multiple hats. And that's correct. But after a while, after you have some traction and some income, it was a mistake not to hire people fast, because it's really important it's a tremendous difference if you have only one assistant, for example. If you start a startup and you're 2-3 person, only to have one assistant makes a huge difference. I mean, those hours, 2-3 hours that assistant can take out of your mind could make 3x growth in your startup, because as a founder, you are free. So that's the second mistake. And the third mistake, it's related to to see which people and which positions are fit for our roles. For example, now I would prefer to have much more experienced people that cost a lot more than people that are non-experienced, because it can make a huge difference. That's another mistake that I have made, and usually we in Romania and in Oradea, we prefer to work with people that are not high experience and not that expensive. But if you want to reach global, if you want to reach experienced or if you want to reach new markets, if you want to go to the next level, you need to have experienced people and to pay them.
Right. So the first one that pops in my mind is that assuming that the founder's mood, or however you see him or her, is because of the business, which is completely not true. Because as investor, you meet them only in business context. And you sometimes see them very, very driven, other times they're lower energy, and you just assume that this is because of the business, but it's not. It's about they have a life by themselves, and if they have a bad day at home, they still gotta go to the office and build whatever they're building, you know. So it's like taking this I don't know, back step. The second would be the second mistake is getting too excited about vanity metrics, I'll call them. So, and most of the founders are going to do this. When you launch at the very beginning, you don't really have a lot of progress to show, right? You can't say that, look, this is my EBITDA, or look at my revenues. You're just going to show some vanity metrics. Hey, we have 300 people in our community just waiting to be onboarded. That's not true. Not all of them will. Or, hey, we've just signed this huge, we just have had this verbal agreement with this huge company and its executives are dying for us. Yeah, but, you know, so it's obvious that that every founder should try to sell his business as best as possible, because if they believe in it, they should show it. But as an investor, you really must filter out through all those metrics. And here I would say, I think that a founder or a startup entrepreneur who knows to explain exactly which are the weaknesses and the challenges of his or her business is going to make far better progress than any other type of very good salesman.
Thank you. Thank you very much to all of you. The question was also addressed for me, said there there was a little remark, David included. So from my experience, way shorter than others in entrepreneurship, there was 2 mistakes I made. As Vasilika said, I don't regret my mistakes because I think all of my mistakes and wins, also wins, brought me here today. But there were 2 that I don't want to make again, or at least make sure to avoid them. First is giving candor feedback and honest feedback to people I'm working with. I'm a person that it's very relational. I'm a very relational person. I care so much for the people I'm working with. I would better, I don't know, sacrifice the KPIs I have than to sacrifice the relationship, and that's not good for business. You have to be transparent. It doesn't mean that you don't need to care about the people you are working with. I think that's very important, and that's one of my advantages as a person. But make sure you give the feedback fast, you give the feedback transparent, yeah, that was one. And the second one was making sure you have a plan for what we are actually doing, because many times from what I saw, you start with an idea, you let yourself drove by the wave, but you don't actually have a plan for what you are doing, or at least the plan it's not connected up until the end. You don't have, maybe, I don't know, okay, when should I call it a day, or when should I pursue it forward, or what actually I want to accomplish with this project, and so on. So yeah, that was 2 from my side. Thank you very much for all the input. Let's give them a round of applause, and Bogdan, over to you.
I would like...
Guys, if you can get the chairs out of there, the volunteers from the back. I don't know if Rebecca can hear me.
I would like now, every one of you, take out your phones, please. Open your notes, create a new note, and write in that note one idea you bring with you from this panel session. Sorry? Win the lottery? Play the lottery, okay. I think you saw my notes too, right? Okay, please give me a sign when you are ready. I will ask you about this idea, so you better write down something. Scris? Okay. Okay, so we move forward. Are you ready for the pitching session? People, you have to be ready. Are you ready for the pitching session? Yes. Okay. Are you ready for the pitching session? You did not convince me. Let's do it again. Are you ready for the pitching session? Okay, I'll go with this. So, let's start with the first pitch. I invite on stage Andreea Ciofrac and Cristian Urzică to present Pecky.
Can you hear me? Okay. Did you know that 89% of millennials are willing to immediately go to a place if they had a voucher for it? And yet, 1 out of 3 restaurants close in the first year. So we're solving the problem of acquiring and retaining customers in a volatile market. Hi, we're Pecky. We're 3 full-stack developers with experience in fintech and a research and marketing analyst. We've been working together for more than 10 years. Our solution is a loyalty software platform with digital vouchers meant to empower customers in their choices. We stimulate customers to consume by rewarding them with tokens that can be used anywhere whenever they are consuming services from our business partners. The customers consume from your business, making you money. And if they use vouchers at your business, you're going to acquire new customers that you can loyalize. We're targeting product and service businesses between 18 to 35 years old that rely on loyal customers, such as restaurants, cinemas, and others. With our card, we plan in the first year to get 100 businesses, meaning a revenue of approximately 200. We want to start in Romania and afterwards to expand to the European market and beyond. Our competition are physical and digital vouchers as well as cashback systems. We're focused on being tailored to customers and providing secure vouchers. Our business model is commissions from collected tokens and subscriptions for statistics, and also % of royalties from the voucher transactions from the users. Since we've started, we pivoted our original idea based on validation interviews. In November, we'll launch the MVP. And by the end of 2023, we want to raise an investment. We already have over 100 users and 5 early adopters. We already have over 100 users and 5 early adopters to launch the MVP with, and we're looking for more. So, if you're a business owner or you're interested in our solution, let's keep in touch. Thank you, and now it's time for the demo. If you can help me with the sound, please.
This app will be used by our customers' customers. The entry point in the app is the Discover menu. Here you will be able to browse through the available vouchers to all our partner locations in your area. Every voucher has name, rarity, limited or unlimited uses, availability time, a location where you use it, a benefit, and of course a very cool unique artwork. From the top bar we can search for vouchers or filter them. Now let's collect a voucher. As we see in the top bar, we have enough tokens to do it. So let's tap on the voucher we want to collect. And press the Collect button. Now we have the voucher and we can use it or continue browsing. We'll press Continue and we'll go back to the Discover menu. We can go to the Collection menu where we can see our vouchers collection. If we want to use one, just tap on it and ask the commercial worker to scan it. It's time to collect some tokens. We'll go to the Add Coins menu and we'll ask the commercial worker for the QR code. He will put in a separate web application how much we've spent. All we need to do is to scan the unique generated code. The coins will be automatically added to our account. Of course, he will be rewarded too with some coins. In the profile menu we have details about our account, a funny picture and our account statistics. By pressing the Connect Your Wallet button, we'll be able to connect our crypto wallet to the Pecky app. Every voucher will be transformed into an NFTs and sent to our wallet. Now we can sell it for crypto coins or send it to another person. If we press the Refer a Friend button, we'll send an invitation to someone. After he collects his first voucher, you will be rewarded with coins.
Thank you so much.
And
Questions?
now, if you have any questions.
Hello, Andrea, Christian.
Hello.
So the question is not quite a question. If you guys can tell a little bit more about the go-to-market strategy.
Yes, our market strategy is to reach 100 clients until November next year. We want to bootstrap our project. We don't want an investor until then because we want to prove some traction in our application. And yeah, with that 100 clients, we can generate 200K in the first year. How? Yeah, we'll go by directly sales to the businesses. We will directly sell our product. We'll talk to them. We already have 5 and we want to expand.
One more question.
How do you differentiate yourselves from the competitors?
Yes, our main differentiator is that we offer cross-business tokens. So if you collect your tokens by going out at, I don't know, the dinner, you can use them in the next day for a vouchers at hiking or ATV trip or something like this. That's our main differentiator.
Okay. Thank you very much, Andrea and Christian. Let's give them a
Thank
round
you
of
too.
applause. Now I would like to invite for the second pitch Alexa Marin and Alex Gureau presenting Hugot today.
Fact: 9 out of 10 young adults experience stress and anxiety, among other mental health issues. Top that off with a pandemic, ensuing war, and an economic downturn, plus thoughts and feelings of everyday life. It's no wonder that people feel overwhelmed. We want to reverse that statistic. Why not 9 out of 10 people to get to experience Hugot, which is that quality of contentment and comfortable conviviality. It's that state of Hugot. How? By journaling 15 minutes a day. Hi, my name is Alexandra Martin, Alexa for short, and I will tell you how Hugot today can make a positive impact, all while being profitable. What's our solution? A digital journal for well-being. Because our app is at the intersection of personal reflection and a friendly AI that adapts to the user's style and personality. So how does that work? First, you can type up your thoughts, you can store photos, and record audio bites so that the AI gets to give you prompts, feedback, and insights. Why? Because ultimately what people want, especially nowadays, is to write privately yet feel heard, which is why Hugot is so unique, and it can become anyone's best companion. Which is why our focus is on Gen Z and millennials, because they're avid consumers of self-help, and we've been developing customer personas in this respect. The mindfulness enthusiast, the busy young professional, and so on. And the market, there's plenty of room for growth. The latest research shows that the average revenue per user is expected to rise to $21 a month by 2026 on health and lifestyle apps, which is why our revenue model works since it's subscription-based. Yes, we have a freemium for traction, but the subscription plan will cover the AI's full capabilities. This is our journey so far. We've been developing the app, researching, and just 3 weeks ago, we've had our website launch and social media platforms launch. And for this fall, for this autumn, we'll be focusing on marketing, on branding, go-to-market strategies, followed by a beta launch this coming winter. And here are some of our numbers, vanity metrics. Yes, we've been talking to possible users on Discord channels. We have our very own channel. We've been collecting email addresses, and yes, we've set up a buzzing Instagram account to post daily and engage with the community. And we're a highly dedicated team. Yes, we have the technical skills, but also the resilience to innovate. There's Alex, the very heart and soul of Hugot today, and together with Vadim, we've been developing the app and modeling the AI's behavior owing to my background and expertise in cognitive linguistics. Plus, there's Daria, who's a genius in all things design. So, what's our ask? Well, short term, we are preparing to raise $150K to reach the first 1,000 users in the following 9 to 12 months, but ultimately, we want Hugot today to become the most seamless digital journaling experience that's readily available at everyone's fingertips. Thank you very much for listening, and here's our demo.
So here we are creating an account for the very first time. It's as easy as tapping one button and get started. Your name. We set confidence as a key thing we want to solve. And here's the AI asking myself, how are you feeling today, Alex? Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm having a presentation about a journaling app. That's great. What are your thoughts about this? Well, that's a good question. I'm feeling confident. You're confident. Well, yes, I am. Can you tell me how you're feeling about the presentation? Well, I felt anxious at first, but it seems it's all right in the end. And we can also add a simple note, and instead of writing our thoughts, we can make use of iOS latest SDK features, and we just speak our thoughts. That's the demo. Thank you for listening. And questions if you have, of course.
Let's take 2 questions.
You did a really great job presenting. What about the retention of the user? I'm curious, what did you actually try, and if you tried with a bunch of people, or other than you guys, because you're a bit biased using it, but what validation did you do that people will actually use this every day and that this actually helps them?
We just spoke with some of our potential clients on Discord, and we asked them what would they like to see in a digital journal app. That's all I can give you right now.
Please, the last question.
And it's going to be a tough one because I'm speaking as a mother, and I'm very happy to use all the applications that exist, but as a mother, I'm wondering how good are the feedback that your app is going to give to my children, right? Because it's there are times when I try to get her out of the digital world, and now you are showing me an app that gets her more into the digital world.
Well, yeah, thanks for asking. That's a good question. The truth is we cannot escape the digital world, but what I can say is that the AI is not prone to error, even though it is an AI, and also it's a very hard thing to analyze human behavior, even from a human point of view. For example, you cannot analyze emotions very accurately, even as a human. So the answer is yeah, the AI answer is maybe, I don't know, not every time positive, or it may engage you into conversations, but ultimately those conversations will make you think about who you are and will give you new perspectives on the situation you're in.
And because it's, sorry, I might add on top of this, and because it is an AI, we're modeling it using, so my background is in cognitive linguistics, and that deals mostly with the processes, not rather the language and the syntax. How are you teaching a robot how to respond in terms of metaphor and metonymy? A metaphor is a way of analyzing the world around you. So this is why we can set up boundaries so that the AI is friendly, not that inquisitive that it stirs up negative thinking, if that's what's your concern. So I hope that answers it. We can put some boundaries there.
And for sure you can continue at the networking session. Yeah. Thank you very much, Alexa and Alex, for your presentation. The third pitch of the evening, Sabo Levente presenting Institute Assistant.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sabo Levente from 3D Software Solutions. You are a small IT company, but we have everything we need for now. We have been working together for 6 years, and we have more than 10 years experience in software development. The problem our project addresses is the human error. Did you know that a normal-sized medical institute, there is only one receptionist at a time who has to deal all kinds of things, employees, patients, tasks, planning, and so on. And this can lead to errors, and most time it does, as wrong or mistreatments for the patients. And these kind of things are unacceptable in this field. That's why we created Institute Assistant, which is a SaaS healthcare management system designed for private medical centers, implemented on web, Android, and iOS platforms. A medical center can create their custom workflow, and the system makes sure that their employees follow the predefined steps. Hence, it makes harder for them to make the wrong decisions along the way. We not only provide a simple calendar, but we have a scheduling and planning system. And the system also creates automatic schedules and makes sure that the receptionists don't forget to plan them. The users can create tasks for each other, but also the system creates automatic tasks, making sure that the employees don't forget about their daily tasks. We validated our idea by creating a separate product for one of the biggest medical institutes in Romania, and they are currently using this product. The project is in alpha stage currently. The expected release date is in the first quarter of next year. We have a subscription-based business model. We have 3 subscription plans. The first plan is more oriented for smaller entities, and the bigger plans for bigger medical centers or medical institutes. Each plan has their limitations, like the number of patients or the number of users, and these limitations will encourage along the way our clients to switch to a bigger plan eventually. Initially, we would like to focus on the Romanian market. There are more than 60,000 medical facilities in Romania, and we would like to focus on the private medical facilities. And our goal for the first year is to, we would like to get 1% of the private facilities in order to validate our business model, our pricing, and of course, our product. And of course, we have competition on the market, but we put a very high focus on automation, and this is our differentiator. Today we are here to get 150,000 euros. We are planning to spend on development, on sales, and on other operational costs. Thank you very much, and I'm waiting for your questions.
First question.
Hello. So my question would be, what's the difference between the product that you already developed for the customer that you have shown earlier and the product that you're planning to launch?
Can you repeat the question?
So what's the difference between the product that you have already developed, which you said you have used for validation for a specific client, and the product that is in the works in alpha stage that would be launched next year? Is it not the same thing? Or
no, yeah. It's not the same thing. So that product is highly customized for that institute. They have a fixed workflow, and there can be made any modifications on that. In this product, we generalized all the stuff and made it easy to make your custom workflow suitable for your specific institutes and your specific needs.
Thank you.
As a software developer, I've worked on a couple of products where the user could create workflows, right? And what I've noticed is that it's pretty hard for employees to create this kind of workflows. They usually make mistakes, or they don't know how to create their own custom workflows for their specific business. And what I'm asking is, how do you plan on training these employees, or who is going to create those custom tasks that are like really business specific?
On one hand, we are planning to plan sessions with them, so make demos and help them along the way to create their whole process. And also we want to add on the long term different helping mechanisms, tooltips, videos, and so on with examples, so we can help them make the right choices.
Hi, I'm wondering if you have someone on your team who is very familiar with the medical institutions, hospitals, or your clients, and I'm wondering if you plan on hiring someone, or how do you know this complex process that goes on in these facilities?
We don't have anyone on our team, but we interacted very closely with the institute I mentioned, and we drew all our ideas from there. And anytime we have questions, we can go back to them and we can ask them. And also we are conducting interviews with different specialists like dentists and other medical personnel, so we can get constant feedback on our ideas and to see how we can improve our process and our features.
Other than scheduling, could you give us an example of a workflow, something that would be held by your system?
Yeah, for example, you can have in your facility different screenings, for example, for cancer. And you can make a workflow for this, and you go to your first appointment for the screening. If they don't find any problems, an automated email can be sent, for example, after the year to remind you to go back to a checkup. And on the other hand, if they find any problems, it can start an automatic for the treatment, which the receptionist can plan later on, for example. And you can also send emails after a procedure. You can send reminders before the appointment or after you finished with something to remind the patient about how should they proceed after an operation, or to remind them to come back to checkup and so on.
Thank you very much. Congrats for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. I invite the fourth team, Alex Balashhazi and Octavian Trifan, presenting Doxgen.
Hi. Can you hear me? Test, dois, okay, super. Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm one of the 4 co-founders of Doxgen. While we live in 2022 and everything around us seems to digitalize, and while our government promises us that, yes, we'll digitalize paperwork and stuff, all I see is more paperwork. And do you know what more paperwork sounds like? Less business. And do you know what less business means? Less money. So our solution, Doxgen. Save time, automate work, access from anywhere. Doxgen is a web solution that specializes in killing off repetitive tasks when it comes to creating documents for your business. And all this while maintaining access to all of your previous documents on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop. Why Doxgen, you ask yourself? Well, a lawyer would spend 45 minutes doing papers for a new company without Doxgen. With us, 5 minutes.
We offer 2 solutions. First, a subscription model, which is for clients who want a straight-up out-of-the-box solution, or a tailored one, which is crafted for the needs of each client specifically. As for the market size, right now in Romania, there are about 1.1 million commercial entities.
out of which more than 15,000 specialize in the legal area. On average, a lawyer establishes about 5 new firms each week. The usage of Doxgen is a 4-step simple process. John, a lawyer, signs up on our platform and then fills out a form for each firm he wants to establish. After that, in only 5 minutes, he has all the documents ready to download and to be signed. With Doxgen, more than 300 firms have been generated so far, saving our jurists about 250 hours in the past 8 months. We have also been in talks with 2 companies, Isorainer and Strada Mea, which would greatly benefit from having a custom workflow solution. We started development in mid-2021, and we launched the beta in January this year. Today is our full launch on www.doxgen.ro, but we don't want to stop here. We want to have 200 clients by the end of 2023. This is our team. We have Alex, our CEO. I am the CTO. We have Raul, the backend developer, and Eddie, our front-end wizard.
Thank you very much. And I think I have to thank our marketing team. I see they deserve a raise. You all have come here for our launch, which is awesome. But we need your connections, and we also need your money to reach more people. So don't hesitate. Come up to us, and we'll be happy to talk to you. Here we have a demo of our current platform, which is what a tailored version would look. We have we have information extraction. And this is how you fill out the form. And this takes about 2 minutes, which would usually, 2 minutes is for an experienced person, but I would say for someone without an experience, that would amount to about 5 minutes. It's pretty straightforward. You just fill out everything, press generate, and in about 30 seconds, you're going to have all your papers ready to be sent out to the trade register. Here you go. This is how it looks. You can just see the papers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The first question.
Oh, yes. Forgot about that.
Good job on the presentation. I've been using a competitor of yours, I believe. It's called Startco. How do you differentiate yourself? Or maybe you're not familiar with them. I'm sorry, I should have asked that.
Sure. The main thing that we offer, so first off, for the out-of-the-box solution is just no one on the market gives you the papers for the trade registers in 5 minutes. But on the tailored solution, whatever is out there, you have to go in and make your own templates, and you have to think them through. This is where we come in. People usually don't want to do that, so we just give you we just talk to you, you tell us what you need, and we'll do it for you with our engine.
Vlad with the last question.
Hi. So what do you use for document extraction? Is this a third-party service, or how do you do this?
Yes, it is a third-party service at the moment, but we're also working on an in-lab extraction tool. Yeah, you're welcome.
One more.
Okay.
What's your target audience, actually? It's the lawyers or the founders of the companies?
Okay, so at the moment with this platform, we're targeting lawyers and jurists, but it can be used by founders as well. It's just more centered towards lawyers and jurists as they work with these kind of documents every single day. But for our main application, so for the tailored solution, we're aiming at everyone who's doing repetitive tasks with papers.
Okay, thank you, Alex and Octavian. The fifth pitch, Cristian Lența presenting Viventum.
Test. Okay, so it works. Let's test a bit. Okay. So, hi everyone, my name is Christian and I'm the co-founder of Viventum. We are in contact with over 30 ticketing vendors worldwide, from the US to Dubai and Europe, and they all have the same two problems. They have absolutely no market control over their tickets. They have no data after the first primary sale and earn no money from the secondary sales. Additionally,
Because of that, there is a high percentage of ticket fraud. Governments are working to regulate the secondary market and to mitigate this kind of fraud. And do you know how big of a problem it is? A 24 billion euro problem. Because this is how big the secondary market it is. And no one earns any penny from it. This means that organizers and fans actively lose money. But do you know why is that? Well, it's pretty easy. Because of paper-based tickets, which are easily forgeable and then sold in a fraudulent way on the secondary markets. Our clients, ticket vendors, organizers, and artists solve all these problems with tickets as digital objects on the blockchain. They have a built-in secondary market which gives them high-quality data over the primary and secondary sales. They know at each point in time how many hands each ticket has exchanged and who's the actual owner. They have a perfect traceability, which also helps in mitigating fraud. And additionally, they are programmable. They are based on smart contracts. And, for example, you can have a custom behavior on the secondary market by putting a top price for the resales. How do we make money? By taking a percentage fee for each transaction. And we project that by the summer of 2024, we will have a 550K euros in revenue only with 7 festivals, 1 big one and 7 medium ones. Our competitors in Europe are mainly 2, Get Protocol in the top right and Viventum in the bottom right. Get Protocol, they are mainly focused on the Web3 experience. And our edge here is that we bring the Web3 ticket into your pocket with only 1 click. And Viventum, they're focused only with on a Web2 solution. They have no idea what happens on the secondary market. Our traction until now contains of 2 customers, 1 artist and the biggest Web3 conference in Munich, which we will sell tickets for in November as exclusive contractors. We are currently negotiating with sports clubs in Germany and also with the ticket vendors, with a ticket vendor to sell a few thousand tickets until the end of the year. We already had our first pilot and we're massively excited that we processed the first few hundred euros. And also we're networking as hard as we can. We just came actually today, a few hours ago, from Bits and Pretzels, the biggest startup conference in Munich, in Germany to be precise. We are 2 overachievers and builders. I published at MIT, and together with Tudor, we graduated computer science from the best university in Germany, where we actually met 5 years ago. We plan on raising right now 150K for 5%. And by the end of 2023, we want to sell 150,000 tickets by having an aggressive customer acquisition strategy. But, as you know, show, don't tell. So here is our demo. The fans just go to our marketplace. They see an event, like this example, they click on buy. And afterwards, they are redirected to a user-friendly interface. It doesn't matter that it is Web3. We have to project trust. So they see a few categories, they can select one of those, and they click on buy. We have a 1-click login, right now supporting Google and Facebook, but we're planning on adding Apple. Then, with just 1 click, you're logged in, and we created a crypto wallet for you. Just 1 click. Afterwards, you insert your credit card data. We're working on adding Google, Facebook, Google, Apple, and also PayPal. You click on buy, and that is it. Right now to the organizer dashboard. You want to see some data, right? And the organizers have real-time data of everything that happens. This is the organizer dashboard. They click on detailed insights, and here you see the number of tickets sold, and by scrolling down, some other data that we gather. You see that there are 11 tickets right now. We will switch back, and the ticket was already bought. You can share it on the main social media platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter supported for now. And then, by switching back to the organizer dashboard, yes, but first, you see the address of the ticket wallet. And as a fan, you click on generate QR code, and this is how fans went to the event, at our pilot event, with their smartphone, because this is a web app, and they check the QR codes. We refresh the organizer dashboard, and we have 12 tickets, so it's real time. We are on a journey to disrupt the ticketing market. Join us. Thank you.
Questions?
Congrats on the achievements so far and for the presentation, really good one. What actually motivates you to work to fix this problem?
There are two answers, complementary. One, we're fans. Tudor, my co-founder, has went to festivals ever since he was 14. I like sports, Formula 1, football, so we know there's a problem. We were affected by it. And second, we are builders. We love high tech. So that's it.
Congratulations for your presentation and for your idea. I'm excited. And I have a question, because we talk about money, of course. Please tell me what is the amount of a transaction that you mentioned before, that you get amount for each transaction in percents, if you can tell me. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So we have right now, we're looking at a 7%, but it depends on the amount of tickets that you're selling. But it's 7% for now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The sixth pitch of the evening is made by Bianca Pașcalău and Alex Fulop, presenting Palm Keeper. Don't keep it, please.
Hello everyone, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Hi, I'm Bianca, co-founder of Palm Keeper, and I want to start our pitch with a harsh statement. Every morning we have to decide who will be clean and who will not be clean, says Jonathan Berston, owner of a cleaning company from Virginia. And he's not the only one. The whole cleaning industry suffers from a shortage of workforce. Even for the lucky managers that afford in-house cleaners, managing them remotely can be a total nightmare. And the risk of not having a property cleaning time is a major issue. Our solution is a mobile marketplace that provides a large network of independent cleaners, enabling effortless management and automating the entire cleaning process, basically on Uber for housekeeping. Our main competitors are similar platforms from different countries. We bring together the best features from each and every one of them, such as a large network of independent cleaners, a built-in chat, on-demand service, and ability to manage in-house cleaners. We started with a harsh statement. Now let's see an impressive one. In a single year, Airbnb generated $830 million for house cleaners in America, and capturing only 1% of them will give us amazing results. Our timing is also perfect. Since COVID restrictions are over, the Airbnb market is steadily growing. We have more than 1.4 million properties just in Europe alone. After that, our target is the American market, one of over 4 million, and then the global market, one of over 13 million. Now let's take a look over our business model. We operate on a subscription model for the Airbnb models and a commission model for the contractors. Our ask for you today is 50,000 euros for marketing, sales, development, and administration, and also mentoring to make our dream a reality. Our story starts with a price of 5,000 euros from MKT in Oradea. After that, we enrolled 59 apartments, and we started to work with 6 cleaners. And right now, we are planning a beta release with our early adopters. Our plan for the near future is to expand quickly and capture the Romanian market and have a strong presence in all the European major cities. Our amazing team consists of me, Bianca, co-founder and business developer, my co-founder Alex, who handled product management, our new colleague Bogdan, who helped us with development, and our advisor Tudor, founder of Rea Recruiting. This was Palm Keeper. Thank you for your attention, and let's see our demo.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Hello? Yeah, it is on. Anyway, yeah. Okay, cool. Moving back. Yeah, hi, I'm Alex from Palm Keeper, and now I will showcase our demo. We are here on the login screen of our app. As we can see, we're logging in as Andrei, a property manager using our product. As we can see, Andrei already has some properties set up, so let's quickly set another one. We have properties for all the necessary information, such as name, location, number of rooms, parking lot, and even access. And after this, we'll go on and add a list of tasks for our cleaners to complete, and optional list of items to be checked.
What's important to remember is that we only have to do this once, and after that we can use this information to place countless orders in minutes. Right now we're adding a list of tasks to complete. These tasks will be used to estimate the job and make sure nothing else is forgotten. And now, only if we wish, this is all optional, we are going to add an item to be checked with its own quantity, status, and even an image for easier identification. Just like so, and just like that, our property has been successfully added. Now, only if we wish to do so, we can use our inbuilt chatting system to directly contact a cleaner from our contact list, just like Andrei contacts here Alex to let him know that he has a job for him. But an even better solution would be to just go on and place an order for cleaning, which we're going to do right now. The ordering process is extremely simple. All we have to do is pick the property that we want to order cleaning for, and as we can see, our tasks and objects are already completed. Now we only have to invite our cleaner, Alex in this case, select a time and a date for our job to be done, such as today at 12 in the morning. And just like that, we have successfully placed an order for cleaning in about a minute or two. This was our demo. Thank you very much for the attention, and let's get to the Q&A.
First question.
Thank you. As you are a marketplace, how do you ensure that the cleaners actually show up and do the job?
Okay, this is a very good question. Thank you for asking it. Well, first of all, we're taking all of our cleaners through an intensive onboarding process, making sure that, okay, they're dedicated, they're serious to doing it. And in the rare case that, okay, a cleaner doesn't complete his job, we'll make sure that he has to pay like a fee for not completing the job, which will discourage most people from abandoning their jobs. Thank you.
One more question.
My question is, your solution is going only through, I don't know, it's for companies, it's for Airbnb users, it's for everybody, because for me, at this moment, I think it's a very big opportunity to develop this. And I like very much your solution, because even us, sometimes we are looking for somebody to clean our houses because we don't have time anymore. So I think it's going to be a huge success. But I tried to find out you are going to work with your own cleaners, or you are going to make contracts with the companies in the city or with the individuals cleaners, or how are you thinking of doing that?
Okay, sure. This was a very complex question, but thank you for it. First of all, for the the staff that it's actually going to do the cleaning, we're going to operate on a business model similar to Uber and Bolt. So people will sign up on our platform. They're going to work. They're going to have a business structure in place. So the legal side of it is fine, and so they're basically going to be individual people. And for the market, yes, you're right, it's a big opportunity and a very big demand. We're not completely ignoring the possibility of addressing other people besides Airbnbs and short-term rentals. We're starting with this customer segment because they need our solution the most. They have let's say, the biggest budget for it because they're income-generating businesses. But we have the opportunity in mind, and we take into consideration going more broader in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bianca and Alex. Congrats for your presentation. The last pitch of the evening, Sarah Harvat presenting Swap and Shine.
Proba. I'm so stressed. I have a pitch presentation and I don't know what to wear. Hi, I'm Sarah, and from today we are having a totally new way of getting another outfit. Did you know that the textile industry is the second most polluting industry of the world? Did you know that 1 to 5 items of clothing on our wardrobes are not used? Our solution is a peer-to-peer outfit online exchange platform. You give an outfit and in return you get another outfit. Let's see what swap and shine function. First of all, the ladies are choosing the items and create the outfit, then photograph the entire outfit and the items, upload the information and the picture on the platform, and then they choose another outfit in return. The courier bring the other outfit, and in the final they shine and are very happy wearing the new outfit. Our market size in the first phase are women from Romania, 1,700. We target those women who had an online shopping behavior. We will have a flat fee to 20 lei, almost 4 euros. This fee doesn't include the courier cost, only the exchange cost. Until now, we developed the minimum viable product, and in 10th of October, we will launch a new platform, Swap and Shine. And for the next year, we want to extend the Swap and Shine to international too. Our team is very large. We have 3 co-founders and 3 super partners. Me, I am environmental engineer and the project manager. Gina developed the platform until now. And Blandiana, who is our 3rd co-founder, she is our stylist and she already has a business in this domain. And the 3 super partners, Aline, who founded the model agency and is a professional product and fashion photograph, Leah, who take care to logistical part, and Mihaela, who is our marketing officer. We need 35,000 euro for the next 6 months to get Swap and Shine into the houses of 750 clients. And let's see a little bit more about Swap and Shine. Sound, please.
Let's see Swap and Shine platform. We notice the different styles we will find in it. Swap and Shine will position itself as an extension of the customer's wardrobe. Let's change an outfit. Here we see the outfits we already have on the platform and the ones we can swap. As we have more outfits, we will develop new filtering categories by size, by style. If the customer likes an outfit, then she will create an account on the platform and load another one for exchange. The first step is to add another outfit. When an outfit is uploaded, the files are filled with the required details. Upload the picture taken with the outfit and write the details of each item. We add the outfit on the platform. Let's see the outfit. Then, through the platform, they will discuss the details of the exchange. If both users agree, then the exchange will be done. The outfit will be delivered by courier and payment for the exchange and courier can be made directly on the platform. The customer will be even happier to have reduced their environmental footprint. At the end of the exchange, each one leaves a review for the other and will receive bonus points from the platform. With the points, they will be able to purchase items or even outfits without giving anything in exchange. On 10 October, we invite you to use the platform.
Thank you. Question to discover more about the Swap and Shine?
Questions only from ladies.
My question is, who is going to check that the outfit is in good condition and it's if it passed to one seller to the buyer, for example, or it's going to pass over, I don't know, like a headquarter of your own business, where somebody is going to check the package and send it forward, or how do you think to manage this? Because maybe it's going to not be the same product and you're going to have a lot of problems with that, for example.
Yes, for the new Swap and Shine platform, we are not having the outfit bringing to us. The outfit will only bring to A person to B person and from B person to A person, but we will have the rating points and we will be prepared to gestionate some beginnings issues. And we will have a roughly evaluation when we see the outfit on the platform, because we need to publish them on the platform. Yeah, but we are prepared to handle the situation problematics to Swap and Shine remain a direct platform, not to be an intermediary.
Hello, Sarah. It was a good previous question. The idea was of who takes responsibility for a damaged product or the product is lost. And I'm thinking now, what's the difference between your platform and a simple Facebook group where users do mainly the same, but without a cost?
Yes, you identify well our principal competitor, the Facebook groups. But in our platform, the information will be organized, and we offer points to encourage the change. And we will have some, we will build a community besides Swap and Shine. Blandiana, who is our stylist, will offer one-to-one shopping session based on the requiring points, and we will have some events or some stimulation to make the ladies not to use the easy tool, the Facebook groups, than to use our Swap and Shine platform. And the second question was too, if you could repeat, please. Depend on the way of the product. If the product is lost on the mailman, on the courier, we will have a contract with them. If the product it's not fit, like our lady, who I hope will choose the Swap and Shine, the girls could get feedback one of each other. If one of them is in charge of these issues, in the first time we want them to handle with that. But if they could, until we figure it out what we could maintain the good process, we will have some outfits to offer in return. Yes, it's I don't think it's a lost outfits, because they help us to get the perfect flow and to have a future more detailed processes handle this situation. But we hope not to have this situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
And because I'm last, I want to invite you to invite all the girls to use Swap and Shine platform. Thank you.
I have to say that I am a little upset tonight, because I would like to use Swap and Shine, but if it's only for ladies, that's it. This was the pitching session. Let's give them again a round of applause. Congrats. Until we'll have the results for the Best Startup Award, I would like to see some of your ideas that you wrote on your notes. Who want to share with us his or her takeaway? Vlad?
So I have no notes, but I have some good words for the startups that pitched today. Maybe some of you know I'm a partner in Sparking Capital, and I go to these events often. To be honest, for a long time, I haven't seen an incubator which has so well worked out ideas. I talked to some of the founders previously, and some of you know this. Really congratulations on what you've done. I'm looking at you now. We talked a few weeks ago or months ago, and I told you something, and you pivoted since then, and I really congratulate you, because what you wanted to do didn't work for sure. And this is smart to do it. I mean, you go, you try, you see that it's not working, and it's very smart to abandon a bad idea. It's not smart at all to be convinced about a bad idea. So I really congratulate you. I congratulate the team here, and I love to see my friends here who we are at a different age, and to see everybody here and to be very encouraging. Even Eileen, which is very honest, and I totally agree with him most of the time. I don't give a shit about unicorns, to be very honest. I don't need a unicorn in my portfolio. I just love good companies that make it, and if you want to look up to someone, look to Christian Tamash. He's here. He's not a unicorn, but it's a great company from Oradea. And I don't think they need to be a unicorn either, but Christian, I hope you will be a unicorn once. I wish you this, but if it's not going to work, like Aline said, 200 million is great. Guys, let's keep our feet on the ground. Let's see where we are. You have done great, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Vlad. One more idea.
Hello, congratulations to everybody from the teams, and I want to say just one thing, which is a description on a whiskey: keep walking. So just keep walking. Don't let your idea behind. If you don't succeed, it's not it's just an obstacle that you need to cross over. So obstacles are coming need to be crossed. So keep walking.
Great. Other ideas? Please.
So from the panel, I remain with the idea, take each step one at a time. So there are always going to be lots of problems that we have to deal with. But if we handle them one at a time, it's going to be okay, because by solving the most complex and the problems that we need to solve at first, so at least that was for us, because our brain just dealt with the problems that we had at first, and after that we just found alternatives and other solutions, and it was like a task that was running in the background. So yeah, each step one at a time. Thank you.
Great, thanks. I have two takeaways also. Work hard, don't buy tickets at lottery. Work hard on your idea. And an interesting idea, very interesting, from Bogdan, I don't see him here, franchise roles from your company. This was a new idea for me, a great one, and I think that for startups will work very, very well. So, we have the winner, right? David, please make the big announcement.
I just want you all to see Rebecca, because she's the mastermind behind this event and many other events that we had. Okay, thank you. I'm usually the person in the front, and she's usually the person in the back. Thank you, Rebecca, for everything. Okay, going back to what we should do, actually. Congrats to all of you guys. I'm very, very proud of each one of you. Again, there are no losers today here. We don't give just a symbolic prize to one team. We would have give it to all of you if we would had the budget. Okay. Facem o listă de semnături la final și o ducem unde trebuie. Okay. So again, congrats to all of you. For us, it was a real pleasure to work with you. And yeah, congrats, and we stay in touch. Okay, so the big, actually the symbolic prize for tonight's best startup goes to
Let's say the name too, Viventum. Congrats! Congrats, guys. In the end, I would like to thank you all for attending this event, and I would also like to address special thanks to Make IT in Oradea partners, Paymo, Smartware, Helion, Mobiversal, Roetco, Orange Romania, and special thanks to Oradea City Hall for all the support. But I would also like to address some thanks to all the mentors involved in this project: Daniel Andor, Vasilica Bob, Tudor Bârlea, Cristian Tămaș, Cătălin and Ioana Rus, Roland Sabo, Alin Mercheș, Ian Lucaci, Rareș Codrean, Gabriel Ciordaș, Monica Obogeanu, Alexandra Jivan, Adrian Micu, Dragoș Nicolaescu, Farid Singh, Emanuel Martonca, Georgiana Diaconescu, Gina Drăgulin, Ben Davis, Janet Renshaw and Andrew Goldner, Florin Capotă and Răzvan Comănici, Paul Harfaș, Răzvan Șuta and Gunge Onur. Many thanks to them. And I would like also to address some special thanks to our volunteers. So I would like you to join me and give them a big round of applause. I would like you all stand up and come here in front, please, all our volunteers. Here, here, here. You deserve this. So, many thanks to you guys and ladies. This being said, let the party and networking begin. Before you go, I would like to invite all the startup team members, mentors who are here, and Make IT in Oradea board members to come here in front to take a picture. So we can remember and have a memory from this event.